Hey everybody, I'm here with Brian Burbage, who's the founder and CEO of Kyrie Studios, and today we're just going to be talking about some of his experiences as well as the future of Kyrie Studios. So how you doing today, Brian?
Not too bad. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Got a
That's
lot
good.
going on, so we're always releasing content. So yeah,
Yeah,
today was content launch day, and just been going crazy.
gotcha. So I'm just going to jump right into the questions here. And
Not a problem.
so for my first question, you graduated from Full Sail University in 2023. On your LinkedIn profile, you mentioned that you were an executive admin for students to network and receive help in their classes. I think that was via a Discord server. Um, so do you still participate in this server, or have you gone away from
Um,
that?
I know I do no longer attend it. And the biggest reason is because Full Sail came up with their own Discord server specifically for students, and that's kind of what we were doing. And with them doing that, everybody essentially left ours to go there. So it was like 3,500 students to maybe 150 in a
Ah,
matter of
jeez,
a month. Yeah.
really? Well, I wanted to ask if your time managing that server, before that happened, if that helped you at all, I guess, in managing your studio or the experience with that, did it transfer to anything?
Yes and no. The leadership part, yes, but I mean now I'm a lot more hands-on with the studio. And I mean, I guess it kind of opened the doors a little bit to the feeling of being like number one type thing. But for the most part, not really,
Yeah,
if that
really.
makes sense.
No, you're good. Um, so before attending Full Sail, you were self-taught for two
Mhm.
years. How did you develop your skills and knowledge, before going to Full Sail during those 2 years?
Um, let's see. I would say lots of different types of tutorials. Um, there are a select few people that I would actually fully trust with um, tutorials that actually know what they're doing. And I'm not trying to be mean to any of the tutorial people, but I've came across a lot of um, like beginner to uh, mediocre type of tutorials. Like somebody learns something and then they go put a tutorial out, and then it's like the least optimized way to do it. So I've essentially compiled a list of all the different tutorial people that I actually watch or watched. Um, and a lot of stuff on Udemy is really, really good. A majority of it, though, was on the online learning from Epic Games themselves, just because Epic Games vets everybody that publishes tutorials and courses and things like that on that portal so that they make sure that it's the right type of information.
Okay. Um, Udemy, I haven't heard of that. Is that did you have to like sign up for that, or is it free? Same thing with Epic. Do you kind of get these videos for free, or did you have to like sign up for anything to
So so Epics is completely free, 100% free. It doesn't matter if you use Unreal Now or not. um, and I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some that you are required to have an account for, which I mean, making the account in itself is free, you know. But Udemy, it's free to have an account, but all their tutorials are generally paid. However, I mean, so they got tons of different types of tutorials. It's not just for game development, but they also have stuff for like AutoCAD, marketing, architecture, that kind of thing. Um, However, majority of their tutorials are really high priced. Um, but then I'm talking in the hundreds of dollars. And every 2 to 3 weeks, I'd say, everything on their website goes up to 88% off. So, I mean, you could be looking at a $300 tutorial and you're getting it for, 30 bucks.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good.
yeah, exactly. And then there's been some that I use like teachables. Um, that's one another one where you can like accounts free and all that kind of stuff, but the tutorials themselves are paid.
So basically just like a whole lot of internet research and watching videos and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
tutorials, documentation, and then just playing around, playing around with the new features. Um, and that's essentially what I do. Like I've been playing with the new 5.4 of Unreal version, and right now it's in pre-production, I guess you could say. Like it's not stable. So alpha, let's say alpha, right? Um, they just released it last week, if I remember correctly, and just jumping in and just playing around with the new features. That's how you learn.
Gotcha. So how did you know that self-teaching and watching those videos and spending that time, by yourself, help you and prepare you for when you went to Full Sail
To be
for your
completely
studies?
honest, it didn't. um, and I went into Full Sail already knowing what I was doing, and they didn't really teach me anything that I didn't already know.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
In 2021, you founded Kyrie Studios, and, took the role as CEO. Could you share some of the key areas that you kind of focus on and with your leadership and your vision for the future of the studio?
Yeah. So originally, when I created the studio, I was a solo developer, and in order to release a game, I had to have a company. So that's the original reason why I made the company is because I had to have it to release a game. I didn't plan on bringing anybody on, nothing like that, and things just progressed, I guess you could say. Um, and when I did start bringing people on, I was very unstructured. I didn't really know what I was doing as far as owning a company, running a company, anything like that. I've lost a lot of good people because of all that. But right now, or now I'm to the point of, everybody that works for me, they all love working for me. I have people leaving to go do internships and then coming back because they love the environment that we put out in the community. Um, and I'm actually mentoring 6 other startup studios to have them start on the right way. Basically, I did since I kept losing people because of the structure, all that kind of stuff. I found a mentor, and he helped me start putting the basics of the structure together, and then I evolved it to what it is now. And yet I still have these mentors that still help me till this day on specific areas. Um, so to anybody that's trying to start a studio, I would say, key thing is focus on business side first and then get that structure of how you want to run the company and then worry about bringing people on.
Okay. So, I mean, you'd say then that you've seen like big improvements in the way that you structured
Oh
the
yeah,
company.
100%. It's complete night and day. I went from a team of 5 that ended up leaving me because of the structure to a team of 39. So, and that's within a couple months. Once that last person left because everything was just so chaotic and unstructured, I was like, okay, I sat down for a good 2 months, and I was like, okay, what can I do? And then my buddy slash mentor finally met up with me, and it was like, you know what, let's do this. So we sat there, we looked at everything that we have for the studio, and we're like, okay, this is where we can improve. And since we did that, not I've had 2 people leave completely, and that's just because one of them, with the work that she had done for the studio, she ended up getting picked up by Tencent China for a full-time level designer position, which is freaking awesome. And then another one is just personal issues, you know. Uh,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I mean, it's slowly becoming reality as far as being able to launch a game, but how I run the company is definitely key to them staying on.
Gotcha. So so it sounds like you're really getting into your groove with that.
Yeah.
So you guys are working on your first title. I believe it's your first title, Pantheon Rifts.
Yeah.
Um, you know, what's the kind of inspiration behind that game, or what can you tell us about the game, like how it came about?
All right. So Pantheon Rift, formerly known as Project Chaos, um, the idea came actually from Minecraft.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, I actually used to watch a lot of like Minecraft YouTubers and things like that. And one of the people I used to watch, they would make mini games inside their servers, and the original idea of Pantheon Rift was based off of that mini game, and then it has just evolved into what it is now.
Your game, it's and I've got this in another question. It's described as a party style battle royale. Was that
Mhm.
kind of a little bit what the mini game was like,
No,
or no?
not at all. Not at all. That was one of the parts that had evolved. And the only reason why I've listed it as a battle royale is because the type of game that Pantheon actually is, they don't have tags, proper tags for that. So I don't consider it a party style battle royale. I consider it a party style battle arena, not like a MOBA like League of Legends or anything like that. But think like old school Halo 3 multiplayer. You get dropped into a
Yeah.
level, you play that until the game mode is done, and then the match is over.
Okay. Um, well, it's interesting you said that because, like I said, that's how you had it listed. So
Yeah.
I was planning on asking, how do you kind of plan on separating that game from other battle royales in the space? But if it's not exactly like a battle royale, is the game first person? Is it third person, over the top?
So it's third person with the camera offset.
Okay.
So it starts with the camera offset to the right, and then like if you're moving left, it'll offset to the left type thing. But yeah, so it's third person.
Third person. Um, in the gameplay, so uh what's the gameplay like? I think that just from reading, or maybe I've got this wrong. Is it kind of like a like medieval weaponry,
Yep.
or yep.
Yep.
So
Yep. So it is completely medieval weaponry. We are going for the realistic fantasy style. Um, and we're going to have a lot of different types of cosmetics, and these cosmetics are what add the fantasy style to it. Um, but like default, yes, it's medieval, or so sword, shield, spear, bow and arrow, crossbow. I call it a big ass hammer. And sorry if you don't like people cussing, but that's what
no,
it's
you're
called.
fine.
Um, and just all the different styles of medieval weaponry that would have been back in the day. It's actually based in the Viking era.
Okay. You also mentioned that it's gonna have dynamic weather.
Mhm.
How's that gonna kind of play into the game?
So that I can't talk about.
Okay, that's fine. Um, so no, just from hearing you talk about it, I get, and I don't know if anybody else you've spoken to has compared it to this, but I'm thinking of like Chivalry or Mordhau, or,
every single
or
person, every single
yeah,
person has compared it to both of those. Um,
yeah.
yes and no. The actual combat itself is more along the or more closer to Souls like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's definitely a unique, like we're trying to portray, you know, realism, with the combat and um the graphics and the zones and things like that. I mean, the entire game itself is built on or built from the Nine Realms of Asgard mythology.
Okay.
So
So
we're going with like actual lore from the mythologies, things like that.
okay. That sounds really interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Uh hopefully because I don't know if you guys are doing a console launch, but you're probably just doing PC. Hopefully by
So
the time it comes out, I've got a PC because
yeah,
I've only got a laptop.
so right now, and I mean, laptop is perfectly fine. We're going to be launch. The initial launch is going to be PC, Mac, potentially Linux. Um, and our stretch goal is for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch.
Okay. Um, so your roadmap for the project, which you've got, I believe in your Discord server,
Correct.
as you guys placed in this month in the development phase of the cycle,
Yep.
how has it been building the game? What the, not that you have to tell me anything, but kind of what has the process been like? What have the emotions been like? How's the team been feeling? What's just kind of
Um,
the atmosphere around it?
so the team's been pretty good. I mean, they're not working 40 hours a week. They're working, 25 hours. So it gives them time that they can uh take off and not have to worry about the game and so on and so forth. But for me personally, stressful.
Yeah.
Constant stress, constant worry that something's wrong. Like like why hasn't this been added yet? I've got anxiety, ADHD, OCD. So I'm just like, come on, let's get it. Come on. Why isn't it done yet? you know, so it's like I'm trying my best to hold back, but the one of the biggest things about developing a game that most people typically won't realize is the time. 100% the time and expect things to happen. Um, we actually just had to do a complete GitHub reset, not last week, but the prior week, because something happened and all of our files got corrupted and we couldn't fix it. So we had to re upload the backup.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. Um, so expect things to happen, you
Yeah.
know. And so far, we are looking to have. So if you're looking at the roadmap, you'll notice we have the MVP at the end of this month. Um, and we're looking to have that, and like we're on target to have that done by the end of the month.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Um, so we've actually blown through my questions pretty fast, but at this point, you give really concise answers. Um,
I guess that's good.
no, 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 yeah, that's good. But at this point in the interview, I kind of transitioned to I don't know if you've watched any of the other ones I've done, but I transitioned to just kind of like fun questions,
Yeah.
fun activities.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I asked you about Halo. So I've got two kind of fun questions here for you.
Okay.
They're keep five, cut fives. Are you familiar with that?
No.
So based on the concept or the criteria I give you, you're going to keep five things and cut five things out of a group of 10.
Okay.
And I remember when I spoke with you, you said that you had been playing. I don't know if you said that you'd been replaying Halo 1 through 3 or if you just really liked Halo 1 through 3. But
That was my
both of my,
favorite.
yeah, so both of my keep five, cut fives are based on Halo 1 through 3.
Perfect. Okay.
Um, so I'm gonna put the first one in the chat here just so you have all 10,
Okay.
but let me pull that up. So for the first thing I have, you've got you're going to keep five and cut five of various levels through Halo 1 through 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Definitely cut the arc.
Cut the arc. Okay.
Yeah. I hate the arc. Um, I'll keep High Charity.
Okay.
Sierra 117, I'll keep. So that's
You've got two keeps and you've got one cut that you've done.
okay. Um, Pillar. Ah, um, Outskirts, all. Oh my God.
You having a tough time?
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
Take your
Mm,
time, man.
yeah. All right. So Outskirts, I'll kick.
Okay.
The Maw, I'll kick. Silent Cartographer, I'll keep.
Thought you were about to say kick. That was going to be the first one that would upset me if you had cut that one.
No, honestly, that's one of my favorites. Like all
Yeah.
time favorites. Like, yeah. Grave Mind. I'll kick that one.
You're going to kick that one.
Yeah. Storm, I'll keep.
So then, 3, 4. So then it's between the library or the. Did you say you'll keep Pillar of Autumn or
Nope.
nope?
Um,
Okay.
no, I'll
So
kick
it's
the
either.
Pillar Bottom and keep the
Yep.
library.
Oh, that's crazy to me. You're gonna keep the library and cut Pillar of Autumn?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm not a
I
fan of the levels that are just really easy.
really easy.
Yeah.
I mean, I like difficult levels too, but I just don't like the library. Maybe it's just me, but I love the first half of Halo 1 and I don't like the second half like at all.
Really?
No, I do.
Oh wow.
As soon as the flood comes in, I'm just like I think that
I
and
mean,
at least in Halo 1, I think that and uh the first mission where you find the flood, I think
yeah.
it's called. That one's fun. But as soon as you go to the library and 343 Guilty Spark come into play, I think that in that game the Covenant are so much more interesting and enjoyable to fight. So I really don't like the second
Yeah.
half of Halo 1.
So like, so I hate the flood, but I love the story. The story of the flood is crazy. Like, did you ever read the books at all?
Yeah, I read the Flood book a couple months back actually.
Okay, so
So
yeah, like the story, this just the actual story of the flood, the Covenant, the Marines, Chief, it's all insane. Like, I absolutely
yeah,
love it.
no, there are a couple that uh like outskirts from Halo 2 you cut. I really love that one. Um, but, but like other than that, it's whatever. So we got another keep 5, cut 5, and I'll put that in
Okay.
here. So this time you're gonna keep 5 and cut 5 weapons.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I should have 5. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So this one's actually gonna be fairly easy. So
Yeah,
grab hammer, kick. Uh
really.
what magnum is that from?
We'll do Halo 1.
Okay, keep. That zoom, man. That zoom has changed. All right. So grenade launcher, kick. Spartan laser, kick. Shotgun, keep. Battle rifle, keep. I'm trying to remember what the focus rifle is.
That's the one that the jackals have, and it kind of shoots like a beam, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll get rid of that. Kick
Kick it.
it. So I got what? Energy shield or energy sword, rocket
Energy
launcher.
sword, rocket launcher, and then the brute shot.
Okay. And how many of each?
You've kicked 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can keep 2 and kick 1.
Hmm. I'll kick the brute shot.
You gotta kick the brute shot.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Can't
Um,
believe you didn't have the sniper on there.
I should have, but I didn't want to make it too easy. Having like the sniper, the shotgun,
Yeah.
and the magnum.
Yeah.
Um, another question, and this is just one I just thought of, but what's your favorite out of Halo 1 through 3?
What's my favorite what?
Your favorite out of Halo 1 through 3?
Three.
Because I know 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I used to play it religiously.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. We oh man, back in the day I would sit there for hours just playing.
really. I um I think 3 is the best out of all of them, but my favorite is 2. Because Halo 2 is like the first game that I played as a kid,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
where I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
There was like, I was like, this is huge. But
Hmm.
did you play Reach?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of it.
gotcha,
I ended up getting the Master Chief collection, and my son actually plays it now.
gotcha. All right, well, uh, just two more questions and then we're done. So,
All right.
what is and this is something I ask everybody. What is your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, that's a lot. Honestly, the original Mario.
The original Mario.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So okay, either original Mario or Mario 64. Oh God, boy, I don't know. You know what? I'll go the Mario 64.
Mario 64. Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually never beaten Mario 64. I've played it,
Really?
but I've never been too huge on platformers. Um, there's particular ones I like, but I've never been too huge on them. All right, cool. But we're just about done. But before I wrap things up, do you have anything you'd like to share before we head out?
Um, I mean, not really. I mean, we pretty much covered it all of what we can. You know.